This is Daf Yerushalmi Shevi'is. In the article edition, we're on Daf Pei Zayin Malv, the last blot in Masechah Shevi'is. In the Vilna edition, we are on Daf Lamed Amud Beis, and we are right after the Mishnah, which is in the article. There's a header on the Vilna. There's no header, but it's right after the Mishnah. And, of course, today it's still in the midst of wartime in Eretz Yisrael. Allah should be a schus for Yeshua's. And with the Kavanaki also has a header. Ha'loivim min hager. Somebody who borrows money from a ger. Rabbi Lezer me'el vad lebanov. Only to his sons and not to other Yorshim. Which is a very cryptic statement. So Rabbi Yassi said, Ma'u b'vad lebanov. What does it mean b'vad lebanov? Which Rabbi Lezer just said. Im yesh lebanim yachzir lebanov. If he has children, give back to his children. V'mei lebanim yachzir lebanov. If he doesn't have children, if he has boys, give back to his boys. If he doesn't have boys, give back to his girls. So is that pashut? But shelo tomar hoven yushas lager divrei Torah. I might say that since yushas lager is not the raisa, obviously it's only the rabbanan, lest the Gerian comes to resent having to be megayer and not to get a Yerusha. So I might say that you should give back to both the boys and the girls equally, right? Therefore, it has to tell us that you should give back as if it's a din Torah, which is yachzir lebanov. In other words, you give to the boys, and only if there are no boys do you give to the girls. I'm assuming that the idea is that we're supposed to follow Dinei Yisrael because it's supposed to show that in Dinei Yisrael we're concerned with the Yorshim as well. And therefore, despite the fact that in Dine Akum, the Yerushalmi of Abasa, Reish Perches, beginning of Perches, brought down the Kavanaki, says that boys and girls Yarshin equally. I believe that's the way the Christians darshan the Psukim, according to the Yerushalmi there. Though, they'll tell you they're going to give back on the Torah, which is boys take preference or precedence over girls. Tani Kayotzibo. We have a Brisa, which is similar to and adds to a Mishnah. Misha Meis, so Mishmachto, Ve'eno Yorish Elimo, somebody who somebody who died, and that's the end of his family. And we don't know necessarily as his family. Obviously, by definition, any Jew has other family. We're talking about specifically family from the father's side, which is how Yerusha goes. But we don't know who they are. And we don't have anybody to whom the borrower should give back a loan, which is contracted from the deceased. And there's no known relative except for the mother. Lo yachzir. You should not give back. Because mitzad adin, the mother is only mancheles and not nocheles. She only can bequeath, not inherit. However, if he gives back, and the Kavanoki explains, we know that the Malva would have wanted his widow to get the money, and therefore it's a proper thing to do. I don't think that's anywhere in the Bavli. I wonder if it's brought down Halacha, but I don't believe it's anywhere in the Bavli, this statement. I believe it's not. He doesn't bring down here from in the halachas at the end of the Masechta. It's a good question. Hagazin shows the tshuva. Hagazin whom did tshuva uvikesh lachzir sagzela. He wants to get back what he stole. Somebody who receives it back, it's not. We're not pleased with that because we're talking about a case where a gazlan is stole obviously a significant amount, and if we actually do make him pay back what he stole, he's not going to do tshuva. So therefore, in order that to encourage Gazlanim as an incentive to do tshuva, we don't take the money back from them. The Mishnah said anybody who fulfills his word, somebody who conducts commercial activities by verbally, without having actually a mashicha, and of course not giving money. Sometimes we say that which is when you didn't give money, no money exchange hand. Sometimes we say we don't get away with that. We make him take a mishpara, and that of course is where money has exchanged hands. Rabbi Tzia, Rabbi Avo, B'Shem Yochanan said, "Anose a rav on tabas l'chavero." If I gave as a guarantee on a purchase a ring, because when they want to renege on the purchase, I can renege and there's no mishapora. Rabbi Zira boy come Rabbi Avo. Rabbi Zira asked in front of Avo, zahuv. What about if you gave a gold coin? Now, gold coin is generally not used for tender. It's legal tender. It's used for investment. So the question is, what is the status of a gold coin? Is it like money, and therefore there's no mishpara involved, or is it like a tabas, and therefore there's no mishpara involved? So Amar Lei, so he responded to him. Avo responded, tabas only a ring. Ma ben zo ma ben das, between a gold coin and a ring. Zov darko lishtanos. Now this is the way, but Kamrak is down from the Muka Yosef, but Matzia. It's used in exchange. It's like lachlif, right? And therefore it's used in exchange. So therefore it's tender. It's legal tender. So therefore it is considered to be a payment, down payment, and therefore if the other guy reneges, some pishtapora is involved. Zov darkalish tanos tabas einohi. Tabas is as it is. It's never exchanged, and therefore. It's not considered to be a payment, but a kind of collateral. So again, a coin, since it is used in exchange, and people do exchange it, they make change. They can give back 2 silver coins instead of 1 gold coin, whatever the case may be. So therefore, it's considered to be a form of payment. A ring is not like that. So therefore, a ring is not for a payment. It doesn't make an obligation we should borrow. Rabbi Yaakov said, Rabbi Avo Shem Yochanan said, "Omar lite matzon l'chavero." If you you said you're going to give a gift to your friend, ubikesh lachzorbo, but then you decided to renege, chayzim allowed to renege. Come Rabbi Yassi, Rabbi Yaakov, Amalei. So Rabbi Yaakov Rabbi Yassi approached Rabbi Yaakov Zabdi and said to him, "Hain lav tzedek." In tzedek, is this fulfilling the Torah's directive? That you say hein shachot tzedek, that when you say hein, it should be righteous and just and correct. Amalei, so he said, I believe this is in the Bible as well. But shosh amar hein tzedek koya. When he said it, he meant it, right? And now that he changed his mind, there's a reason he changed his mind, but it's not a violation of hein tzedek because when he said it, he meant it, and now circumstances have arisen why he kind of fulfilled it. Rav Polik. Rav argues in him, and he says that you shouldn't renege. Rav Amar said, "Kat ana amar livnei beisidite maton lebarnash." When I tell people in my household that I'm going to give a gift, leisa chazabi, I don't renege on that gift. So the Gemara, the Hami in the Gemara is that mitzad din, he's not allowed to. He's not allowed to renege on the promise he made. So, Masnisa Pligoli the Rav. Bryce seems to argue on Rav. Science says, when they say metalin acquired by pulling them, Bishusa Rabim in a public thoroughfare, or Chazer Sheshem, or a quarry which doesn't belong to either one of them. Bishusa Moicher. But if it's in the reshus of the seller, lo kanat shakbi hachim shach v'yotzi, he doesn't acquire it until he either picks it up or he pulls it out of the jurisdiction of the seller. Achim Shabilti is Kula, sorry, Rishus Abayim from the Rishus of the owner. Rishus Lokeach, once the if it's in the Rishus of the Lokeach, however, Kamish Kibel of a Mocher, once the Mocher accepted upon himself that the sale should go through, Kana Lokeach acquires it. Rishus Zeshu Mufkadim Etzlo, if it's in the hands of a third party, by whom was given safekeeping, Lo Kana, it doesn't, the second party does not acquire it. Achi is Kenu Bohem, until he is mizakeh it to him, mizakeh to him, and actually yiskil makama, or until he rents out to the second party the place where they are. The place where the object which he's selling is. So the Gemara, for some reason, assumes, and I'm not 100% sure why, that we're talking about here in this sugya about a Mamad Shleishton. And a Mamad Shleishton, we know it's where all three parties are present, and so it sounds here like it's not sufficient to say to give the gift. You have to actually the third party has to do some sort of maisa in order for it to be acquired by the second party. He has to mizakeh to him, or he has to mizakeh to rent him his place. Ma'avale Rav, what does Rav do with this? Who said that Maimon Shloshim works with Varim Ba'alma? Kanchimido imo, kanchimido imo. Depends if he's standing there or not. If all three people were there together, then all you need is a verbal communication, and it takes effect. If you only have the two people there, in other words, the Lokeach was not present, so then the only works if the Nifkat is Mizakeh to him, or in other words, the third party Mizakeh to the second party, or he rents the spot out to him. So it's interesting because Gemara itself never says explicitly that it's about Mamad Shleshim, but that is from the Ramara Fulda. That is the case which we're talking about here. If somebody else says differently, nope, that's the way basically everybody explains it. But here's Elish Nachrina, Rab Polik. This is explaining that Rav does disagree with Rabbi Yochanan in the following way. Rav Amar Kad Ana Amar Nebesi, similar to what we said before. Lite Matana LeBarnash Leson Chazabi. Okay, fine. Chad Barnash, one person, a certain person. Afkid Arvun Al Milcha B'Siakos. He gave an Eravon, like the collateral of the ring before, on the purchase and of Miskot, and then the person was up in price. Asa Gabe Rav. So the seller wanted to renege on the deal. Came to Rav Amalei. Oh, Yitin Lo Kol Ervono. Either you give him salt, which corresponds in value to whatever collateral he gave you, or you install a mishpara, or you have to go mishpara because you received payment. Mechalta shitase the Rav. It seems that Rav contradicts himself. Taman who amar kad anamalim ne basically tematon lebarnash lace on a chazar. There he said that even by dibur he can't renege, and here he said whatever is beyond the Rav, and Rav said he doesn't have to deliver, only about the Rav. What do you mean? There was at least dibur, right? So why doesn't he have to give on the basis of his dibur? Taman lemida sadinu. So the Gemara answers by according to this that Rav is not talking about midas adin. He's not in his case, and not like before we were talking about Mamad Shleishton, evidently which makes it cemented into a halacha. But here we're talking about midas adin actually is like the case of the Rav. Kini is only to the value of the Rav, and anything above that, there's not even mishapara. You can renege. That's according to strict letter of Lochesh and Mishpat. Umad the Rav Noig, but that which Rav had a custom to actually not be chayzebo, it's not with mamad shleishton, midas chasidus. In other words, about mamad shleishton, the discussion who's there, not there, that was aroused midas chasidus, and with that, hadrolach perik shvi'is, and perik shvi'is, and hadrolach mesech shvi'is. Mazel tov, Hashem. We go on to Trumos.